Welcome to this tutorial on how to run a LinkedIn event. So if you've never run a LinkedIn event before, or maybe you've ran LinkedIn events in the past and nobody showed up, this is going to be a great tutorial for you because this is going to show you not only how to create the event, but how to grow the event, how to grow the attendees of the event to a massive, massive level. So excited to show you this information today. First time I've ever showed my exact process on how to grow LinkedIn events this way. And this is a strategy that LinkedIn doesn't really want people to know about, because there are some secret tactics that I use that maybe aren't recommended by LinkedIn. So excited to show you those today. Just to show you LinkedIn events that I've ran in the past, this one had over 1,000 attendees. So did this one, and so did this one. So I have a lot of experience growing LinkedIn events huge, and these events are also very profitable for me. Off of these events, I've earned over $26,000. So LinkedIn events can be very profitable if you know how to get people in the seats and if you know how to sell them once they are. So in this tutorial, we're going to be going not only how to set up your LinkedIn event, I'm going to show you the basic LinkedIn event strategy, and then lastly, make sure to stay to the end, I'm going to show you my secret LinkedIn event strategy. So we'll go here at the beginning in how to run your LinkedIn event. So here is the LinkedIn dashboard homepage. Go ahead and scroll down and you will see the events tab, and go ahead and click on the plus sign to create your event. When you go into it, this will be the first screen under create your event. You want to add a cover image to the event page, and that has to be 16:9. The aspect ratio of that image has to be 16:9, which is just your normal display image. Okay. The event type, if you are running an online event, which all my events are online on Zoom, make sure to click online. If it's in person, click in person. If it is online and you want to host it on Zoom, which I recommend doing, I don't host the events on LinkedIn or LinkedIn audio events. I like to be able to see people during the event, and I find that conversions, if that's what you're after, are higher on Zoom than through LinkedIn Lives. Then you want to add the name of your event. So my event is called Creator Networking. It's where creators connect. You enter that right there. Then you want to do the time. Now, I recommend that you do your LinkedIn event only 1 or 2 hours long. I see some people doing seminars or all-day seminars, and if you make it more than 1 to 2 hours, like if you make it an all-day event, it's going to appear like this on people's Google Calendar. It's going to block out their entire calendar, and they're not going to like that. So keep it within 1 or 2 hours, so when people add it to their calendar, it doesn't destroy their entire day. Where it says external link, so when we used this section here, that external link, we want that to be our Zoom room. So in external link, put your Zoom room. So plan the Zoom room you're going to use, and then paste that link to that Zoom room in your external event. Then you want to do the description of your event. So add a little description of what your event is about, who's it for, how is it going to run, what should they expect coming to the call. And then as far as speakers, you can just put yourself as the speaker, or if you have a co-host, you can put them in that section too. Great. Go ahead and click next. After you click next, the event will be created. You can see the event here. And then it's going to say, would you like to post that event to your wall? Basically promoting your event with a post on LinkedIn. So I just copy and paste my description, the description of the event, and I'll put that here. And then go ahead and click post. And then your event will be posted, or your event will be created, and you will also have a post promoting your event. Now, if you want to see your event and invite people to the event, you need to go back to your event. So easiest way is by clicking events, and you'll see the event I created is right there. If you don't see the event, you can click on show all, and it will take you to a screen where it shows every single event that you are attending or have created. So again, that event is right here, and I believe they're listed in chronological order. So here's the event. I'll just go ahead and click on it since I see it right there, and then it will take me into my event page. Okay, what we want to do now, this is the basic LinkedIn event strategy, is invite people to the event. So go ahead and click on share, and then click on invite. Okay, share and then invite. When you do that, your connections list is going to come up. So all the people you're connected to on LinkedIn will come up, and you will click on these little boxes to select people. Now on LinkedIn, you get 1,000 invites a week. You can invite 1,000 people to a single event from a single account per week. So like I said, to do that, you click on the box. You'll see over here it says one selected, and then if you click invite, it will send that person an invitation to that event. Now to speed this process up, you can click any one of these categories, okay? Because if you don't click one of these categories, you're going to have to go to each individual person and click on that little box to check them. But if you select a category, such as location, and you choose United States, what will appear is this little box up here. And if you click that box, it will auto-select a lot of people all at once. So you can go ahead and scroll down, click on that box, and you'll select people, and then you can invite people much faster. Okay, so here is where that external link, this is your event page, here's where that external link will display, and then here is your attendee, the amount of people who have actually signed up to attend, your attendees list. And if you click on that, you can see all of the people who are attending that event. Now, here's kind of where we start getting into the secret strategy, okay, is you can invite 1,000 people a week per account. So what we can do is we can just create more accounts. So what I would do if I was to plan a LinkedIn event and I was to do it this kind of secret expert way, I would plan the event 3 weeks out, okay? And then what that will allow me to do is invite 1,000 people a week for 3 weeks, or 3,000 people. Now again, that's 1,000 invites per week per account. So what if we had more accounts? Well, if we had 2 accounts, we could invite 6,000 people. If we had 3 accounts, we could invite 9,000 people, and so on, right? So for this example, we're going to be using 3 accounts to invite 1,000 people per week. But you have to do this in a specific way. You have to be inviting people in a specific way for this to work correctly. So one of the things that you should be doing is making a lot of connections on LinkedIn, because you can only invite people you are connected with. Okay, so you want to be building those connections. You see here I have over 6,000 connections on LinkedIn. So I could book an event actually 6 weeks out and invite my entire network, but I do it a little bit differently. So we got to go into a little bit of understanding about LinkedIn before you can really understand the strategy. So on LinkedIn, there is something called first degree connections. So a first degree connection is kind of like a friend on Facebook, right? When you're a first degree connection, that means that you are literally connected with each other, okay? And you can message them, all the features are available, you can see their profile, okay? That is a first degree connection, as you're essentially friends. On LinkedIn, though, there's also such thing as a second degree connection, okay? Second degree connections are kind of like your friend's friend, okay? I'm not connected with this person with the second connection, but one of my first degree connections is, okay? A third degree connection, though, they're not a friend of a friend, and they're not my first degree connection. They're a third degree connection. They have no relationship to me. They're completely outside of my network. Now, they may be a friend of a friend of a friend, but they're not friends with any of my friends. So they're outside of my network, okay? That's really important that you understand that, okay? Third degree connections and what a third degree connection is. So what we want to do is, let's say we have 3 accounts, okay? And these are accounts that are working in tandem together with my account to promote a single event. Now, we want to invite different people. We don't want to invite all the same people to the event, okay? So what we want to do is these 3 accounts is develop connections with third degree connections. So I hope that makes sense, but make sure with the 3 accounts that you're working with that you're all first degree connections. And then when you go out and you search for people to connect to, like I'm searching for realtors, I want to connect with the realtors and invite realtors to my event. I'm going to look up realtor. I'm going to go up to people, or I'm going to click on third degree right here, okay? So I only find people who are third degree connections, okay? So you only want to be connecting and building those relationships with third degree connections. Why? Well, like I said, you don't want to be inviting all the same people. So we're connecting with new people to invite them to our event. We want to make sure that we're not adding all the same people, okay? And by only adding those third degree connections, you're ensuring that there's no overlap in those invitations, okay? So this is kind of a visual representation of doing that, right? What most people do is they think, oh, let me connect to second degree connections because they're more likely to accept my friend request than a third degree connection because we have people in common, right? They're a friend of a friend. Well, what happens that if you have 3 accounts promoting a singular event and you're creating connections with only second degree connections, well, eventually that entire network becomes insulated and insular because all those second degree connections just become first degree connections with everybody. So you're not actually expanding out into new audiences like this strategy would, okay? So that's a key. If you're working together with other accounts to grow an event, only add those third degree connections. I call it sending out ships or planes in different directions, right? If we're all on the same track, right, we're gonna land in the same spot, okay? What we wanna do is send ships out in different directions, right? So we get new groups of people, okay? So that's a big key, is using other accounts, but making sure that you're connecting with different, you could say, geographies or different networks, okay? So maybe one person goes after realtors, the other person goes after mortgage lenders, and this person goes after escrow agents, okay? And those would be three unique similar categories who would have collective interest in one event. Okay, so if you're unclear about that or you're unclear about the strategy, comment below and let me know. But that's essentially the strategy, okay? And then all three of these accounts, they're inviting those third degree connections to one event. Okay, so that would be not only 1,000 invites, but they're 1,000 unique invites per week, okay? So that's how you get the number 3 weeks, 3 accounts, 1,000 invites a week. That's 9,000 unique people invited to a single event. So I hope that makes sense to you. If it doesn't and you have more questions and you really want to grow your LinkedIn events and you're serious about it, I want to encourage you to go ahead and schedule an intro strategy call with me where we can discuss it more and we can see if you would like me to help you co-host your event or if you'd like to help me grow your event in a coaching capacity. I am a social media coach. I help people grow on social media for a living. If you're interested, you can go ahead and click here, find a time where you can meet together on Zoom. Go ahead, click next, fill out the application. And if it's a right fit, then we can have a strategy call and we can see if we can help you grow your next event on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. And if you'd like more social media tutorials, go ahead and subscribe for more. Thanks.